Tuesday 1163, Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Sponsor coming to more Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Please comment directly. You very greatly appreciate it. So we're still in Sim Kufir Gimel, Sif Lamed Test to Sif Mem Test. I guess they are short Sifim today. At least I hope they are. Lamed Test. We're still in the middle of explaining the Gemara according to the Ramah. The non-Jew put it down in the fire, and the Jew turned it over. Wow. It's a kavachomer. It's a kavachomer. Gemara biyad akum mutter. If it's finished by a non-Jew, it's mutter. Gemara biyad yisrael koshkein. If it's finished by a Jew, it's not kavachomer. Klamar. Gemara biyad akum. If a non-Jew finishes, it said bita masa Yisrael hakodemes. This is the Arukh HaShulchan's chiddush, that he was mevatel the mice of the previous mice of the Yisrael. He negated it. I forgot by history over. We come nevertheless, we still passing it's permissible. Certainly, if it's finished by a Jew, shabita maseh akum akodim lo kodem, who negates the act of the non-Jew previously. Lokoshke shemut is not kavachomer. It's okay. That may be, and this brings down itmanami amar Yechanan, I think. Whether the non-Jew put it down and the Jew came and turned it over, or vice versa. It's only also at the beginning and the end are done by a non-Jew. Since the Jew even took part in the cooking, there's no decree. Ravina says, the non-Jew put in the oven, the Jew baked it. Inami vice versa, shagar yisrael akum. Inami shagar akum afar akum. Even if the akum did both the closing and the baking, a Jew came and he just raked the coals, shapir dami. Klomar, it's okay. Klomar came in the mina dim rak lokach yisrael is a chayek lorachli adakdeki yamais shlo. So since we see that if the Jew took some part, we don't have to be meticulous in ascertaining if his ma'isa was effective legamre completely or more mixas or partially effective. So therefore, obviously, when the Yisrael puts it in, closes the oven, there's el chelik godol, which is a great part of the process. Certainly where the non-Jew closes it up and the Jew bakes it. But even that, then more than that, the non-Jew closed it up and the non-Jew baked it. The Jew only raked the coals. Raking coals at least has some effect. Become a mem. It says it says it's by bread. So it's a chiddush. Not only by a cooked dish or a roast dish, where the Jew can turn over the roast, or like they are mixed apart. That's a substantial act. The kotzli b'tavshil osim by ma'isa gam bishul, because any roast or any cooking, but one does things in the middle of the cooking. Afilu pas the rakim rakashu tenor eno sebo shumase, even bread, which once you put in the oven, you don't do anything until it's baked. You don't mix it or anything like that. Don't add ingredients. Even there, raking the coals works. In practice, however, there's no difference between the bread and the cooked dish. So more except very well, as we shall now explain. It's very difficult, says, according to these, I will be showing you the Bein Shia. That should be some time where it's cooked only by a Jew. Also, in otherwise, it's forbidden. Like it seems in the similar language of the Gemara, Amai mutter. If it was, if he, I think it's a typo here. It should be the hafich hava bashu amai mutter. Because we're saying that if the Jews turn it over, didn't hasten the process, why does that make a difference? Why is it mutter? You can hardly Rabbi Yochanan mention so that which the The other said whether the non-Jew put it down and the Jew turned it over, ben sheniach yisav v'yicha'akum, or vice versa. Mutter, it's misluchli. Asagan kedim afilu lo hipecha akum haisam isbashelis. Even if the non-Jew would not have it turned over, it would not have any effect. Can Hech Mistemar Lo Rabbi Yochanan Stume? How does Rabbi Yochanan therefore say, oh, it's not a problem? Yes, you should have to specify that it has to have an effect. It's more difficult than the Rambam Shamish because Gankin Losha said, who wrote this language, Echlo Bier Hatvoim. How do you not write in the elaboration? The Raka Heter, Imayim is Bashar Eso Levado. The Heter is only if the Jew would have caused it to be cooked on its own. Maybe it wasn't a mistake before, huh? I'm not sure. Anyway, but he should have specified whether that has to be the fact, whether it has to be take off time, doesn't have to take off time, it has to complete the process, doesn't have to complete the process. If I think it was like the Rabbi Ramah, so I must say it's like Ramah that we don't care. As long as you're involved in some way, it doesn't matter how it affects it, as long as it could affect it. In bracket says, heter shagira, in terms of the heter of having closed up the oven, mashi ram sham, the rak with pasti tiru, ayin sham, only allowed by bread. Nevertheless, we certainly hold like the Ramah. But only in Shkir Yesh Tomar Naki Lashon Shas Kedarka V'Odin L'Bishon. So it could be also that even though the Rambam only mentions it by bread, it's because the Gemara mentions it by bread. But it's also true by cooking as well. V'duk. Membes. Okay, Rabbi says Sholach Mishita Rashba Varan very Vosh. Shita of the Sephardim as was well known. Because of Steve Dal V'Zel Shonim. He writes, Ein Shkir Satan Wells Pas. Closing up the oven only works by bread. I will start evidently because what the said before. Because after what's closed up, you don't do anything afterwards. But a strange script but anything else which you're cooking, not the closing of the event, nor the lighting of the fire is effective. You have to do has to put it down on the fire. Therefore, somebody wants to bake a pan in a non-Jew's oven. The Jew has to put the pan into the oven to a place where it can be cooked at that point. By the time the reason why we're more lenient by bread, not because of what I said a moment ago, because you don't have to interfere afterwards, but because it's chay nefesh, because it's the staff of life. Also, he says the closing up the oven by bread is a unique malacha to the bread. You have to first stoke up the oven that's completely aflame. Then you have to remove the coals, tanur, and to sweep out the oven, and I guess then it bakes in the residual heat. So that whole process is significant. Bishul Tavshil, as opposed to when you're cooking a cooked dish. You put on the stove, and you cook, and your mice is not so recognizable as in the process by bread. That is only from the Ran, according to the Taz. Mem Gimel, therefore the Mechaber writes in Sifav as follows. That was Shoina. Kosher Bishul, so anything which a Jew cooks, Ma'at Bishul, a little part of its cooking. Whether it's beginning of the end, mutter it's mitzvah. Therefore, akum basar kedera. A non-Jew put the meat or a pot on top of the fire. And the Jew turn over the meat. Kedera gabe eish. Kedera, or he mixed the pot. Or the Jew left it there and the non-Jew finished it. It's okay. Why? It's like that where the Jew does a big misa, a major misa, where his mice in and of itself could have caused the cooking. Over time, because of Sivir Godos, just that the Akum's intervention made it cook quicker. Rambam, and the Mechaber has copies language of the Rambam. The fee perush, or their interpretation, rock boyfriends that it's only when the significant involvement is there. That's why I say, I'm going. You meet me there soon? That's like lowest lay and the leniency of turning on the fire. He doesn't hold that much kosavim, as we said. Avol Rabbeinu Ramo like Mashita Shara Paskin Ramo goes according to the other Paskin the Gam Bishkia Satanur Mutter, even if just close up the oven and furnace so Kumoshi's bar, as we shall see in Sif Mem Dalet, because of Sifot that's a wrote, I feel Loem is Basha below Siakum, even wouldn't be cooked without the non-Jews intervention. It's okay. Mishum the day is Parashita Sashas Moshi Biarnu. I was definitely wrong when I changed the years before. Okay, never mind. It's not too confused to go back, but if you want, you can go back and see it. That's I learned the Ramon not right. Yeshemim Mishum Gamalosh Rabbeim is yes and for the Hefech. Since it doesn't say explicitly the opposite. Either of the country, Mistimas of Shon Shulosh Ram Masha Gankin came. Evidently, Mechaber also can be interpreted that way. Kamosh Kosam see him out, like we wrote. For the stomach, the Milsa, Shkiras at the Roy side of Israel. We assume that the closing of the Yom was by the Jew and came in Mela. She told us and said, so according to his line of reason, we don't require another reason to be matir. Memdal. Bezel Shon Rabbeinu Ramah b'Siv Zayin. This is what Ramah says. Yesh Chokim Sfilei. Those who argue and say that Belokas Eish Ochitu Gecholim, lighting the fire or raking the coals, Mahili and Bishul, works for cooking, Kamoli and pas, just like for bread. V'chein Nogim, that's the custom. If you Ochitu Below Kavana, even the Yisrael did the raking the coals without intent, Mahani Umoil is effective. Yesh and some say, I feel like Lo Chayso Yisrael, Lo Chito Yisrael. If a Jew did not break the coals, some kisim didn't throw in a twig. But the non-Jewish servant lit the fire from a fire lit by a Jew. Sorry, it would be okay. I can't show. I mean, I said they had a pilot light. Right? You just put on the Jew one time that makes the pilot light go, and that's it forever. Now you said that igniting or raking is sufficient. That's the halach lemar. Because you know, Rakman the mashami dvara, but without what you seen from what he said, how much lachas kisamani, also tossing a twig in the wood is effective. So lamidin the gemara. That is not from the gemara. Elamim minhagim sheish ben bnei bavel eretz Yisrael. This is from this different minhagim which we have the different differentiation bnei bavel and eretz Yisrael. I actually have a sefer on that from the time with the time to go him. That they enumerated the difference between Minhagim Bavel and Minhagim Eretz Yisrael. Much cause the taste for Rosham. Cancellation the Yeshua holds the Gam Belosh Lachas Kisam. Without tossing a twig in, Rak Loka Meish Yisrael. Even you just lit from a Jewish fire, the fire of a Jew. Shad Tzmisvel. This really holds the Yeshua means Elu. Those Yeshua hold the came and shove it. You know the pas since the Lord same as bread. Man, Charish pas Kil Arbe. Since my bread they're very lean. And Kamosh Kasam Sim Kubi Base. Mochem Makan so to here. But these are very large. Kulas vein roilus malchazeh rak b'shas al-chak. Should remind this when if you're in a pinch, Beis Yisrael and in a Jew's house, which we saw earlier was one of the shitas which you don't hold that but could be evidently a sniff. Chemash kasa dechiti below kavana moel. So that he wrote that raking without intention was effective. Kankin arbe chokim, but many people argue this as well. Memhei, my Amru Chazal say. Sham there, kosher gilu ma'achol ben dusay, anything which has reached a third of its cooking, and moshim b'shulakim, there's no b'shulakim involved. Okay, Perush, what this means to say. For Abishal Yisrael ad kidei ma'achol ben dusay, if a Jew cooked it until it's a sheer ma'achol ben dusay, I feel sukkah l'garmi al eishim, and then he removed the complete from the fire, v'akum yichziran, and the non-Jew came and put it back, v'garmi b'shul, and completed its cooking, mutas mitzvah, kosher is b'ashuk ma'achol ben dusay, anything which is cooked, the third of its cooking, mikrei nishlosh nishlam b'shul, it's called the cooking was complete. I believe still cook on him. But I knew that before. Got to Machal Zira, and now you came put it back. It's forbidden. Because then the cooking is done by the Naju. I feel that's Rabbeinu Ramah. You know, Ramah also Masokas Atanu Lois Day. So also if the firing of the stove is not by a Jew. It's not like turning it over, which is so Lamaches. Mem Vav, Lachain Yeshua, some people say Gam Ken Lahevech, the opposite. Well, Achmir to be stringent, the Imbishlu Akum Machal B'Jusoy. If a non-Jew cooked it to the point of a third, for Gomer Yisrael and the Jew completed afterwards, also it's forbidden. I mean, Erev Shabbos, Erev Yontif, Ochesh Hesed, Merubah B'Dover, L'Chav Rarchim. Those are all the cases where they're called Shasat Chak. It's Erev Shabbos, Erev Yontif, there's a substantial loss, or it's an honor guest. But there are some rabbis who permit altogether. lachmir. Machmir decides to be cooked is only the kula, not the chumrah. The kula, they consider that if Yisrael did that much, it's okay. Not for chumrah that if Yisrael didn't do that much, it's not okay. As long as that's a rush, but two of our poskim. Also, it's another way. Became actually to be a Rambam. So it seems that the Rambam holds like the Rush in the tour. Came Pasuk Rabbeinu Rambam, see test, because of Shekay Nogin. Moses says so this is the actual practice. And if I could cloud is that one cannot cast aspersions on this at all. Of Rotza Achmir, Achmir that's all Lachem. So once he machish for himself and not for others. So then the Kamacham Majusai is a kula, but never a chumrah. Mem side. But let's say the Jew put the meat or the pot on the coals which are dark. That they couldn't cook. Even a third of the cooking. And then a non-Jew came and added coal and completed the cooking. So it's certainly also the ancient Bishem Bishol is that cloud. It's not going to be cooking. Came as a Rabbeinu Yud. We look here, Rabbeinu Ramah love it. This is basically part of that, and the Ramah does not comment on that. Shmaminov, and this is where the Gamum said that he must also see the point in this. The Gam should make Larbe, even though he's very lenient, as far as we have seen, we come nevertheless. Came and Shirashis Malachas, I saw Yasha Lobo Yab Shoy like Yasha Gamma Machol Ben Dusoy. Since the beginning, when the Jews embarked on the Malacha, it was impossible to get the Machol Ben Dusoy. Ancient Bishul is a cloud, and what he did, there's no Chales, shame Bishul. Even though logically it doesn't seem that way. The mi gora, why is this any worse? That's breaking the coals. But there's a Rashba, this opinion is the Rashba, it's still a rock with passage, shet below be shulim kamosh biarno. Also by bread as a heter, but not by cooked dishes, as he saw in Siflam Gibel. According to us, they have shalom. Maybe according to us, who doesn't hold like a Rashba, but the rather that they're the same, maybe it can be lenient. Mashalik here, Rambeinu Ramah. Hi, the Ramah didn't say anything here. Yesham some Adel. Perhaps he lied what he said by bread. Chayin Dagam Chomokim realized what he said elsewhere. Mikol Kol Lamaisa Tzorach here. It's not clear Lamaisa what to do. Yes, Shashar said this requires further analysis. Mem Ches Kol Safik Bishuli Akum. Any question in Bishul Akum? Hakim Laka. We're lenient. Nation Midrabanan because it's a rabbinic halacha. Gam Lo Ichmiru Bo Harbe Kamosh Yisbar. They were not the Rabbanan themselves. Not so machmir as we've seen. Therefore, if the Jew left the food on the fire, he left a non-Jew to watch it, and the non-Jew turned it over. They come out Bishul and completed its cooking. Don't know if you remove the pot before it reached Machom Jusai. Mutter, the subject of Ibrahim Lahakel. So, see, like they really doesn't follow because it's all about Hepech, and they say there Hepech is by Tzli. The point is that if you're not sure if the Jew did enough, you assume he did. I have a question now, but I know for sure that the non-Jew came and took away the mice of the Yisrael before it got Machom Jusai. It's awesome. It's one of those to say the Basiluk Akum Shalom Basil Yisrael. The non-Jew took it off the fire without the Jew's command, and still got master, he took it for himself. But it's not a problem. But Daishno Machom Ben Jusai. Machom Ben Jusai is Yeshom, in some say Shulchatzi Bishul. It's half cooked. It's a Shlish Bishul, in some say it's a third cook. But Tur Shulchan there's a Tur Shulchan that it's a third cook. Memtes. But Daishno that Mordechai Shal Dina Kohen. Mordechai asked, Dech Menichim Akum Bilvado. How can leave a non-Jew alone? V'nechus Shema Yachlif. Abasar Treifa, maybe he's going to switch it for treif meat. Because of Shem Rav Yoy, remember name Rav Yoy, the Marish Yiniach HaYisrael Choysam. The Jew left a seal. The Shem Yushay Porish, Piresh the Marish Shatigo, Shem Yushay, and the Yushalmi says, you left a child watching. Shem Yisrael Kosa, the Mutter Yisrael Lech B'Shuk, but according to the name, Smag says, the Jews allowed to go in the marketplace, Niach, K'derasa Beiso, and leave his pot in his house, Abi Sheish, Cholavo Isur Acher, even though there's milk or some other prohibition involved. We're not concerned that the non-Jew will go deliberately and may answer his pot. In order to cause the Jew to stumble and violate the halacha. The Ein Akuti Marviach V'Dover, however, he's not going to gain by doing that. I'm not concerned for spite. That seems to the Tosis holds Avo. Rashi Shal Mashal Lishon from Rashi sounds like the first opinion. So Kasashon Kazrai Zel Lishon. The Hosam Lace Hanol Akum. Nishtan Avelik Dera. There's no benefit for non-Jew. The Nishtan Avelik Dera, the Mistafe, that he's going to put an avail into. There's no problem if he puts any treif into the pot. The Mistafe, because he's afraid. The Chazal Yisrael, Tavel Evedin, if a Jew sees him, he's going to take him to court. Actually, the little time is there also. Sounds like there wouldn't be a potential loss. It would be also. I told you show the comments in the Kula. Chas Pascal Hakid Asa Smaga Tesis Ayin Tav. They passed into the Kula like the Smaga Tesis that the Tesis and Smaga. Smaga Tesis. Because that right, so you know, my just learned it. Yeah, that whatever the kuti is not going to be marviach. Not going to do something wrong. I have a similar thing. Pichadish had to be slow. So since it's economically not viable, so therefore people are not going to. Well, but it's now be a Bible. You don't have you can drink chov stam. That's a different topic though.